Well, good morning. So I did a cab chat the other day. Kind of felt good. It's kind of fun. So maybe stove bolts onto something. Maybe we all need to do this. But I was thinking about it. It's like, I never talk about the El Camino. I've had this car the longest. I probably had it now since I was 97. I bought it. Got a ton of stories. It's just ridiculous. But bought the car from a place that just sold, older collector cars back then. I think it was called Smart Parts. Bought it was a basket case, no motor, no tranny. Interior was all eaten up. Car was originally from Texas, Arizona. Bought it for $1,200, and at that time, that was a lot of money for me. I was only 22 maybe at the time. Took it all apart, right down to nothing, rebuilt everything, did all the work myself. The only thing I did not do was, the machine work of the engine. Everything else I did. And I didn't paint it. My good friend Rich ended up painting it. We painted it in the barn. Actually, it was the second vehicle we ever painted, and it's been on here now since, I think it was 99 is when it was painted, so it's quite a few years. I don't let it sit outside much anymore, and I really don't want to get it wet. But it gets waxed, and cleaned. And car originally, when I built it, had a big block, put a 402 big block in it. Nothing wild, just mildly built up. Had 273 rear gears and a turbo 400 that I rebuilt. Pretty good shift kit. The car was just a blast to drive. It was just fun. Off the line, I wouldn't say, it was, a blaze of glory, here we go, but the big block had so much torque, it would just go. It would kind of scare people how fast this car would actually go. And I upgraded the front end, it's got an inch and a quarter sway bar, poly bushings, disc brakes. Anything that you could buy back then to really make the car handle well, I bought it. And the car handles like a slot car, and it's always been fun that way. It's starting to get a little loose, it's wearing out. I got it's about 38,000 miles on the car already. But the stories I got with this car, there's just too many of them. We don't have enough time in a day to talk about all the stories. But one of them, and I'm not real proud of it, but I did it, and it was a Friday, Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. I was up by a friend's, and we're screwing around, and I was going home, coming through the back way through town, and I saw a county cop and a village cop sitting there, must have been talking to each other. Still had the big block in the car, because now I got a small block in it, but coming through town, and I think it's 25 miles per hour through this one stretch. And when I came up over the hill, I was doing easily 35, not 40. And once I saw the two cops sitting there, it's like, crap, I'm done. So I let up. As I'm still rolling by, I'm still doing, 35-ish. I could see the cop, he's getting ready to take off. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking, but I get a ratchet shifter in here, so I slammed in a second and stood on it, and away we went. It was evening. It was kind of duskish, probably closer to dark, but still not that dark out. Blew down this one country road. I don't know how fast I was going, but the old girl was singing. And I looked in the mirror a couple times, and there was definitely Jerry's coming after me, but he wasn't catching me. I finally got to a part where I had to stop, the stop sign or cross traffic, and just so happened they had that road under construction, and I think they ground out, 2 inches of the asphalt. There was a drop off on both sides. I remember just downshifting once, downshifting again. I'm coming in the first gear, and I'm sliding to that stop, trying to slow the car down. Just pretty much airborne over those bumps. Got on the other side, powered it through that. There's a bunch of hills and twists and turns, and I remember looking back once after that, and I didn't see him. Well, the next road I needed to turn on, I had to take a hard left, and that's the road I lived on, and that's a zigzaggy road too. So I'm just, didn't want to hit the brakes, so I pushed the lights off, turned the lights off, downed it 2 times, got in the first gear. We're just slid it around the corner, and then just boogied down my road. pulled into the yard and live on a farm, so I just right behind the barn, just parked there right there, shut the car off. My heart is just going like crazy, And I'm just sitting there, I'm shaking, I'm just like, wow, what did I just do? Never seen a cop come down. I bet you I sat in the car for a good 20 minutes, trying to get myself to calm down a little bit. Never did see the cop come through to our road, either he went straight or there was a four-way there, so who knows which way he went. He didn't know which way I went. I know the car sat behind the barn for about 3 days. I wasn't going to drive it nowhere. And then, like in the fourth or fifth day, it's like, all right, it was fallish. I remember it was like October. Brought it up here to the shop again, and pretty much put it away for the winter. It's like, yeah, I'm sure they're looking for me, so I'm not. And even to this day, I get really scared about driving through that particular town. But God, it's been so long. I want to say this all happened in like the year 2000 or 2001. So I'm sure that cop's he's not even on a force anymore. But and that's my little story in the El Camino. Like I said, I got tons of stories in the El Camino. I mean, there's people in here that every time you see this car, you just giggle. It's like, I can't believe we did that. And I go, yeah, me too. I'll never get rid of it. This is my baby. I don't talk about it much, and I don't drive it a lot anymore because, well, I got so many other cars to drive. But I still take it out, I still bebop around in it. Probably going to put a big block back in it. I don't know when for sure, but I missed the big block. I mean, I got a warmed over 350 in here now, but it's not the same. And back then I was driving it every day, during the summer months. So now that I don't do that, I think I might build something a little bit wilder. Build up a big 454, or I kind of like the 396 402 the little motor, big motor, but well, no, I don't know yet. It is a 4-speed car, and I do have all the pedals and stuff, so I might make it into a manual again. Buy a 9-inch Ford or a 12-bolt and build that up. Who knows what I'm going to do, but there's projects in the works for this car, but for right now, it's just, I love it the way it is, and I probably won't change it. So that's 67 El Camino, and that's my story about it, so everybody have a great day.